This call is now being recorded.
Hello everyone. Welcome to this session titled The Art of Automation, Power Automate by Pianshu Srivastav. First of all, before beginning with the session, let me first introduce myself. My name is Pianshu Srivastav and I am a second year IT student in Kamla Nehru Institute of Technology, Sultanpur. Adding to it, I am Microsoft Learning Student Ambassador and I conduct various sessions explaining how to use Microsoft technologies and how to make best out of them. You can connect with me on any of the following social handles. I'm active on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Outlook, and YouTube. So before actually beginning with Power Automate, let us first have a look at what actually is Power Platform and how Power Automate is related to it. After listening the term Power Automate, you might have drawn the connection between Microsoft PowerPoint and Power Automate. If it is so, then you are totally wrong. Microsoft PowerPoint and Microsoft Power Automate are totally different. Microsoft Power Automate is a subset of Microsoft Power Platform, which is one of the most trending and hottest technology which is booming in the market today. To understand Power Platform in context, it is a full-fledged service or a group of products that Microsoft provides for all the organizations to measure, act, and automate some of the existing business processes to drive better business outcomes. Having said that, let us now have a look at what is the actual definition of Power Platform, which is officially given by Microsoft itself. Microsoft says that Microsoft Power Platform is a low code platform that enables organizations to analyze data, act on it through applications, and automate business processes. It allows everyone from a skilled developer to a frontline workers to participate in driving better business outcomes by building apps. This is the core principle or core definition of Power Platform, which allows everyone ranging from a skilled developer to people with limited coding knowledge make applications and run their business smoothly. Microsoft Power Platform is a collective term for the following four uh, products. First one we have Power BI, then we have Power Automate, then we have Power Apps, and finally we have AI Builder, or which is also known as Microsoft Chat Virtual Chatbots, Power Virtual Chatbots. Now coming to Power BI, Power BI is a market leader in solving data management crisis. This tool is mainly aimed to help organizations and individuals to visualize and analyze their data. Now coming to Power Automate, which we will discuss in details in subsequent slides, but let me now give an overview of what actually it is. So Microsoft Power Automate is a service that helps you create automated workflows between your apps and services to synchronize files, get notifications, collect data, etc. Now the third one we have is Power Apps. Power Apps is a tool that helps everyone build their own apps without any need to know coding. It provides you with the application development environment with drag and drop feature to build custom apps for your organization. Lastly, we have Power Virtual Agents or AI Builder. It is a new service that was added to Power Platform recently. Virtual agents are the bot building services provided by Microsoft for the business users. So this service allows you to create intelligent chatbots that can communicate with your customers and gather the feedback or help them to know more about your business. So these were the four products of Microsoft Power Platform: Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, and AI Builder. I will be conducting a separate session on each of them in future, but for the time being, let us now focus on Power Automate. So what is Power Automate? Before I explain this topic, let me show you a video. Um, just a second.
You probably already know that Microsoft
One.
already know that Microsoft has a way to automate tons of highly repetitive manual tasks to seamlessly connect your favorite apps so you can be more productive. It's called Microsoft Power Automate, and now it's fully baked into the Microsoft Power Platform. Like when someone tweets about your company, Power Automate makes it easy for just about anyone to quickly create a flow that follows them, sends a nice reply, adds them to a spreadsheet that gets emailed to you for your approval, then adds their contact to Salesforce or Dynamics 365. And this streamlined approval process works with data in Twitter, Microsoft Teams, Excel, and over 100 other services too. However, you may not know that now you can easily automate legacy processes even if they don't have APIs, using a little bit of genius called robotic process automation, or RPA, to create UI flows. For example, say you're a clinic operating off a legacy system. Every time you finish meeting with a patient, you have to extract lots and lots of data fields and details about their visit from your desktop to your patient tracking system. Ample opportunity for mistakes and a giant waste of time. With Power Automate, just create a UI flow that automatically records every action you take. Review it, make any edits you want, then add it to an existing flow. Simple as that. And this way, you can seamlessly integrate your legacy software across modern applications and services without a big upfront investment. Power Automate lets you securely scale across your whole organization with confidence, from simple tasks to super complex enterprise-wide processes. If you're ready for cloud-powered automation for a fast-paced modern world, learn more at powerautomate.com. Then, Power Automate and unlock what's next.
So that was it for Power Automate. Hope you have got a basic understanding of what actually is Power Automate, and you might have figured out that it is basically used to automate your daily tasks. Real and simple. Let me give an example. So, as I have already mentioned, I am a Microsoft Learning Ambassador and I conduct various sessions explaining how to use Microsoft technologies to the community. Not only do I simply conduct a session, I also use a registration form which helps me in getting a rough idea of the audience that is going to attend the session. Now, before attending the session, you too might have filled up a registration form, and as soon as you have clicked on submit button of the form, you surely have got an email of confirmation. Have you noticed it? This is where I used Power Automate. Adding to it, let me give another scenario. If you have checked your email inbox before this session, you would have found an email from me exactly at 11:50 a.m. notifying that the session is about to begin in 10 minutes. Had you thought that I had written that email separately for each and everyone? Well, if your answer is yes, then you are wrong. I have used Power Automate to it. So, Power Automate cuts off and simplifies one of the major tasks that I have to do before each session. On the top of it, it requires no coding knowledge at all, so anyone can jump in and create a automation task and have Power Automate jump in to conduct that task on their behalf. This brings us to the discussion of what exactly is Power Automate. In short, we can say that Power Automate is a service that helps create automated workflows between your apps and services to synchronize files, get notifications, collect data, and even more applications. The great thing about this tool is that it not only connects with only Microsoft products, but also probably with all the third-party apps that you are currently using. Microsoft Flow is a cloud service from Microsoft which comes as a part of Office 365 subscription. That means that if you have Office 365 subscription, you can use Power Automate. This is a this can actually help you in simplifying your day-to-day repetitive tasks. It is like having a personal assistant to get your work done without any manual intervention. By using Flow, you can create automatic notifications, push notifications or emails, ask for approvals to designated persons, or many more things by connecting various apps. Now let us discuss what are the features of Power Automate and why it is so famous in the developer community. So the first feature which we are going to discuss is Microsoft Power Automate allows us in communication with various apps and services. As already discussed, Microsoft Power Automate not only works for Microsoft apps, but also for non-Microsoft products like Google, Twitter, Facebook, etc. To achieve these tasks, it uses something called connector, which is nothing but a wrapper of API for a particular app. Each connector has its own set of triggers, which define the type of services that we can use in Power Automate for that app. The second feature of Power Automate is that it has lots of template to use. In Power Automate, you get tons of templates that are ready to use. You are just a button click away from creating a flow and then you can use it using your template. Almost all the basic operations you can dream of has a predefined template so that you need not have to spend the time in creating the flow. Some examples of templates are like if suppose you have Microsoft form and you want that if someone clicks on the Microsoft form, then you have to send a personalized email on the email mentioned in the form. So this task can be done by using a template without any need for creating a flow by yourself. And the scenario where templates can be used is suppose I own a YouTube channel and I have uploaded a video. And for promotion purposes, I want to tell my audience that I have uploaded a new video via LinkedIn, Twitter, etc. So here I can use a template where as soon as I upload a YouTube video, it will automatically put a post on LinkedIn, Twitter, asking my followers to have a look at it and watch it out. So this is where templates come in. The third feature of Power Automate is that there is no need to have any developer knowledge for creating Microsoft flows. You can create by simply a button click and you don't need to have any coding experience or knowledge for creating a Microsoft flow. So now that we have discussed what is Power Automate and we have learned everything in theory, let us now implement it in practical. So let me go to my browser window. Uh, just a minute. So I hope your my browser window is visible. You can write in chat box if it is not visible. Okay, okay. Divyanshu said that it is visible. Okay, fine. So now first we have to head over to Office 365 office.com where you will have to create an account for Office 365. So I am over the office.com web page, and now if you already have an account, you can directly sign in by clicking on the sign in button. And if in case you do not have account, you can create a new account by clicking here. It is absolutely free of cost to create a new account. So since I already have an account, let me sign in with my ambassador's account. So yeah, I have signed in office.com. So once you sign in or create an account and then sign in, you will land on the official website of office.com. Here, not only do you get Power Automate, but also tons of other products that Microsoft uses as a part of Office 365 subscription. So here, to see the apps that you can use, you can click on All Apps button, or this is App Launcher, and this here you can click Office 365. Oh, no, sorry. Here you can see all apps. By click on all apps, you can see the apps which are available for you. So you get Calendar, Delve, Excel, Forms, List, OneDrive, and many other Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, PowerPoint. So Office.com gives you the access to all these tools as a part of its Office 365 subscription. So let us now click on Power Automate. So it is loading. Yeah. So this is the home page of Power Automate. Let us now take a moment to look at what are the components of this home page. Hmm. So here you can see that you have templates, follow up on message, send an approval when a file is added to a SharePoint, notify a team and planner change status. So you can see more templates by clicking on this arrow key. So you have plenty of templates to use. Now, on scrolling further, you can see the popular services. These are basically the apps that are connected to Power Automate, like Twitter. You can connect your Twitter to another account by using the API for that Twitter, which is wrapping of an API using a connector. So Outlook.com, Yammer, you have all the nearly 565 services that you can use with Power Automate. So this teaches you how to create the flow. This is basically a tutorial. So yeah, that's it from this side. To really make it real, let us now take the example that I had mentioned earlier in the meeting. I want to conduct an event as a Microsoft Understream ambassador, and I have created a registration form in order to get a rough idea of my audience. While doing this, I want that whoever fills up the form should get a customized confirmation email with the details of the meeting. Let us see that if I can do it in Power Automate here. By the word customize, I mean that if suppose your name is suppose Anjali, and you have filled up the form and you have mentioned your email in the form, so the you should receive an email like, "Hi Anjali, you have successfully registered for this event." So let us now see if we can do it or not. If you don't have any idea of how to create it, this is where templates come in. Power Automate gives you access to tons of templates that you can use for your work depending on your requirement. There's a template for almost everything that you templates for almost everything for all the basic purposes that your work concerns. So let us click on templates and see what if we have anything that can connect with. So here we can scroll down and see if any templates come in, or we can simply search for the template that we want to use. So what we want to say is that if someone submits a form, then we have to send an email. So let us see forms to Outlook. Let us see if we have anything. Yeah, send an email to a responder when response submitted in Microsoft Forms. So this seems that it will work for us, and this is what we need. So here at the bottom, you can see that my account on Microsoft Forms and Microsoft 365 Outlook are connected. So if you are not already connected, you will be asked to sign in here and here also. So you can basically sign in and then click on continue, and then you have your flow ready for you. Just make few changes and then everything will be done for you. It is taking time. Yeah, it is opened. So here, this is basically our flow. This is predefined, and we have to only supply what are the information that are needed to run this flow. Suppose that the first box that you can see when a new response is submitted. So here it is asking for form ID. Now suppose you have created a Microsoft form by your same account. You can create multiple forms. So it is asking for form ID. That is which forms you want to apply your Microsoft flow on. So here you can see all the forms that I've created. So I have many of them. We can select anyone and then move ahead. So then we can select get response details. And in response details, you can get the email ID, name, etc., and all the dynamic contents. So here this condition, and then you can have a look at this. So in this session, I will be creating a automation from scratch. So let us now create click on create button. So here there are many ways. There are 5 ways by which you can create a flow. The first one is automated cloud flow. Then we have instant cloud flow. Then scheduled cloud flow. And finally, we have desktop flow and business process flow. Automated flow is a flow which triggers automatically. For example, for the registration form, as soon as we fill the form, you receive an email confirmation. This is an automated flow in which the flow is triggered automatically as soon as the event occurs. So instant flow is triggered only on a button click. For example, if you are using a mobile, you have to download a Power Automate app, and that will contain a button. As soon as you will click on that button, the flow will be triggered and it carries out its task. Next, we have scheduled flow. These are used to trigger automatically at a specified time. For example, if you have your mother's birthday day after tomorrow and you want to wish her at 12 a.m. at night. So how to do so? Do you have to wake up till 12 a.m.? No, Power Automate does the task for you. You can create a scheduled cloud flow that will run at a specified time. The time will be, you have to provide the time and it will run at that time. So you can create a cloud flow which will run at 12 a.m. at midnight, day after tomorrow. And then, yeah, you can wish your mother. So next, similarly, we have desktop flow and business process flow. So let us now create automated cloud flow. To create this flow, just click on the it and then we have to give the flow its name. Let us give the name email from form. I think it is self-explanatory. And then we have to choose what triggers of flow. Let us type in Microsoft Forms and see if something matches our requirement. Microsoft Forms. So after typing Microsoft Forms, these are triggers that we can use. So the first one matches our requirement when a new response is submitted. We can click on I button and see the operation triggers a flow when a new response is submitted. So let us click on this trigger and then click create. So this is basically the dashboard where we have to create our automated flow. So let me open my Microsoft form and see if I have any form to use. Microsoft form. It is loading. Yeah, so we landed on the Microsoft form, and here I have created many forms like Power Automate demo form. If you do not have any form, you can simply create this arrow, but click on this create arrow button, and then you can click on create form, and here it would land on create form page, and here you can give the title of the form like I want to give Power Automate email from form. If you want to give a description, you can give, but let me leave it here. We have to add new, and let me add a text field where I will ask your name. Enter your name. So yeah, this is created, and now let me ask for an email. Oh, sorry, I clicked on choices. Add new text, and then enter your email. Spelling mistakes. Enter your email. So yeah, we have a form which asks for the name of the user and the email address. So let us make these two compulsory, required, and this two required. So this is where we have created this form, beautiful form. So yeah, that's it. We have created a form, and let us see if in Power Automate if this form is visible. So when a new response is submitted, so it is asking for form ID. Let us see what are forms were available for it, and yeah, yeah, this is the one which we have created recently. Power Automate email from form. So let us click on it, and yeah, it is selected, and then we have to click on new step. So here we have to choose the operation. Before proceeding with sending an email, the first thing that we have to do is that we have to get the response details. That is the name and the email of the person that has filled the form. So let us type get response. Uh, Here in the actions, you can see that we have get response details. So let us click here. Here again, it is asking for form ID. So form ID, we have to give Power Automate email from form. In response ID, here you have to choose dynamic content. So we have to choose dynamic content. Okay. Now let us create on next step. So we have got the we have chosen the form that we want to work on, and we have got all the responses. So now the thing is that we have to send email notifications. So let us type in Outlook 365 Outlook. Send an email. Yeah, I got it. Send an email. You can click on hover over I button and see more info. So send an email. Okay. So let us click on it. Yeah. So it is asking for the body of the email. Huh. So here, this is the customized email that you can create here. So here, body, then form, CC. This is basically the how you compose a new email on the Outlook apps. This is similar to it. So now, from the email should be from my side, that is Priyanshu. So I should write Priyanshu dot Shrivastava. Yeah, I got it. Priyanshu Shrivastava. Okay, and from, and then we have to provide CC. We have to send to the one who fills up the form. So for that we have to use dynamic content. So here you can see that there is an option for add dynamic content. Let us click here, and then here you can see that a new uh, side window is appeared. So here you can see in the get response field there are two parameters: enter your email and responder's email. So yeah, an email. So this was the form that we enter your email. In the enter your email field, the responder will type in his email. So we can click on enter your email. And this is the dynamic content that is added here. You can see in the CC field, enter your email. So if I type my if I fill the form using my credentials, then it will send the email to my account. So yeah, that's it. And for body, we have to send a customized email. So let us type in hi and a name of the person who has filled the form. So for name, similarly, we can use dynamic content. So for name, if suppose Ayush fills the form or Anjali, or let us say, let us give a unique name. Zoha. Yeah, Zoha looks beautiful. So let us see if how to get the dynamic content. So we can create on here. So here again in the response details section, you can see here you can see three parameters. Enter your name, the answer to the enter your name question, the answer to the enter your email question, and the responder's email, which is basically the email which the responder has used to fill up the form. So we require the name of the person, so we can write enter your name. So hi, this you have successfully fully registered for this event. Congratulations. Congratulations. So, okay, congratulations. So we have created the body of the that. Okay, take it. So if you have to attach a file like sending the poster of the event, you can click on attachment and then attach the file. So now I think this is sufficient for us. This will send a this will trigger the workflow, that is when a new response is submitted from the form ID which is named Power Automate email from form. Then we have to get response details from form ID, and we have to store that response details in the response ID which is named response ID. So now the next step is to send an email, and we have successfully created this email. Okay, now we can click on save. Here it is checking for if it is any error. Errors, yeah. Two is required, subject is required. Okay. We have not specified two parameter, but it is not asking to. Yeah. I got it. Reply to. So yeah, there you can use CC for sending the for writing the email of the person who has filled the form, or you can type in reply to. I was not getting this option reply to, so I typed in CC. So let us cancel it here, and in the reply to option, let us click on dynamic content, and then we can create enter your email, the email that the responder has filled. And now it is asking for subject. So here we can, I think, uh, normal. Okay, now let us see if it has any error. Hmm. One minute, let me delete this and create it again. Oh, I don't know what is the problem here. So we have to send email. Send email. So here office send an email. Way to send email options. Uh, just a minute. Let me see which one will work. Let us click on this. Yeah, I think this will work. So here we have to, in the to field, we have to give the responder's email address. So add dynamic content, enter your email. Then the subjects, we have to fill the subject successfully. Oh, it's registered. Okay. And the user options, no. Header text, let us add in body. Hi, and for adding dynamic content, let us add the name. Enter your name. Congratulations, you have successfully registered for the event titled The Art of Automation, Power Automate. That's it. I think now it should work. Let us click on save and see if we have any. Yeah. Here you can see that in the green field has appeared. Your flow is ready to go, and we recommend you test it. So now let us see if the flow actually works. And let me open my account, Gmail account, which I will use to fill up the form. So yeah. So yeah, this is my Gmail account, and this is the Microsoft form that we have created. Microsoft, no. The name of the form was Power Automate Power Automate email form. Let's click on this and preview. And now let me type in my name, Anshu Srivastav. And then for the email, let me give my Gmail, gmail.com. So let us click on submit button. So yeah, I've submitted my response and let's see if I've got an email or not. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So here you can see that the first email is from Priyanshu Srivastava successfully registered. So here, hi Priyanshu Srivastava, congratulations, you are successfully registered for the event. Oh, again spelling mistake. Event title the Art of Automation, Power Automate. Okay. So here it is also asking select one of the options to respond. Here you might have noticed that it was asking it had given three options: option one, option two, option three. Let me show you. Yeah, user options, choice one, choice two, choice three. We can edit these options and for our needs, which I will cover in next sessions when we will discuss more complex workflows. So here, that's it. We have got our automate. So here you can see that this image is also attached. This says that this email was generated via Power Automate. So yeah, I've got the email. We have created our first workflow, and now the status is running. Uh, this was the form, and let us click on all run. And yeah, you can see that on October 29, 12:40 p.m., that is 1 minute ago, it had this flow had run. Let us click on it and see if we can grab any other information from it. So yeah, when a form response is okay, this was a form ID, and then get response details. Yeah, this was the form ID Power Automated. This was the These were the details that we were provided by creating the form. So these were the outputs that I had provided by filling up the form. So enter your name, Priyanshu Srivastava, enter your email, my Gmail account. The responder's email was the email that I used to send the email, and this submission time was this. And here you can see JSON format request and then send options. Yeah, that's it. So that's it. We have created this workflow using Scratch, as well as we have seen how to create this workflow using template. So that's it from this session. I hope that you have learned what is Power Automate. So thank you everyone for attending this session. I hope you all have got a basic understanding of what is Power Automate and how it can be used to automate your daily tasks. This session was completely beginner friendly, so I did not focus on creating complex flows. In this session, I only focused on explaining what is the basic Power Automate, basics of Power Automate, and what are the components involved in it, like templates, connectors, etc. And I've given a demo of a simple flow using Microsoft sending an email when a form is submitted. So I did not focus on creating any complex flows, but I will soon be conducting a new event where I will show you how to create an automatic certificate generator using Power Automate. So thank you for attending this session. See you in the next event. Goodbye.